Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek and Ash. Today we are going to talk about our thoughts and opinions upon a film in the name of Winter's Tale. Winter's Tale is based off a book from what I understand. I believe the book is quite a few years old, and it stars Colin Farrell and Russell Crowe. And if you watch the trailer, it kind of describes as, I don't want to spoil the movie, but it kind of describes this as a romance film, and it is at certain times, but it's so much more than that. It's not just a romance film, it goes a little deeper than that. But the main gist of it is, it takes place in a few different timelines, and we have Colin Farrell, he plays a thief, and so does Russell Crowe, and they used to be like kind of the thief group together, but some things happened, and now Colin Farrell's character is pretty much on the run, and Russell Crowe's character, the villain, is after him, and he ends up meeting this girl, and they kind of fall in love, and that's kind of the gist of the movie. I don't want to say any more because I don't want to give anything away. But Ashley, what did you think of Winter's Tale?
Well, when I first saw the previews, I mean, I wanted to see it because it looked good, but like after watching it, it was totally different than, you know, what the trailer portrays.
Than what you intended, right?
You know, throughout the whole movie, you know, not only do you got the romance part of the movie, but you've got some nice, like, suspenseful action scenes.
Yeah, there's action, there's, go on,
so many more things that you're just like, whoa, like, what?
Yeah, there's
it's really cool. I really loved the idea of everything. Like, I liked the idea of it, you know, because, I mean, I love romance movies, but so much more in this movie. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, there's action, there's drama, there's suspense, there's romance. I mean, there's all these different genres. Like, I was going into this expecting kind of your casual romance film. I knew there was some sort of sci-fi. There will be spoilers in this review, so you guys know. I knew there was some sort of time traveler. I knew, but I didn't exactly know how they were going to do it. And I love how, he's in this timeline, and at first you're a little confused, and then by the end of the film, you understand exactly what's going on. I love that. I thought Colin Farrell was great in it. Right. He's in some phenomenal scenes. One of my favorite parts is actually towards the very end. It's kind of an action scene with him and Russell Crowe, and they have their kind of final showdown, I guess you could say, where Russell Crowe's character is now immortal. He's human, and he did that because that's the only way he could take him out. Yeah. So he fights him as a human now, and that was a really cool scene. He froze, and that was one of my favorite scenes. And I like how, I wasn't for sure who was, the romantic interest. I thought that was, at first I thought it was that one girl, the older girl. I thought it was her mom at first, but you find out that the girl he was in love with is the same girl the little tiny girl that has cancer. That's like the same person.
No, that's not the girl he was in love with. That's who his miracle goes to.
But you understand what I'm saying, right? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying. That's what I meant, right? And I just love the whole concept of the miracle. The person's miracle, and then it had like a lot of kind of religious symbolism, with Will Smith's character being Lucifer. I didn't expect it to get religious on me.
Yeah, I was definitely not expecting like the religious aspect, but whenever Will Smith popped up on the screen, I was just like,
he played a really cool character. Now he
did play a really cool character. It just threw me off. Yeah, so I didn't ever expect him to be in the movie.
And he may have only been in like maybe two. I think he was only in like 2-3 scenes, but he was really cool in those scenes he was in. Yeah, he was majorly cool. Very cool. Talking, and every time he would go away, you notice he would turn the light off, and he would start talking, and then they kind of amplified his voice, made it a little deeper, and his mouth would get all big with the teeth, and
I liked that. I liked whenever like his voice was starting to get all deep, and he's sitting there looking really serious and really angry, and then in the background, I don't know if you noticed,
the shadow
of Lucifer.
It's on fire. Yeah.
Was like appearing. I was like, man, that is awesome.
It was creative as can be, right? It was very, very creative. I thought that was really cool too. So do you have a favorite scene or performance, or Russell Crowe is great as his demon.
Well, I mean,
he was cool.
I love Russell Crowe.
The accents he had, that was really cool.
I thought everyone did well, but one of my favorite scenes has to do with the horse.
Okay. With it flying, or?
Yeah. I like whenever you just think like it's a regular horse, and then, like, it spreads out the almost not like realistic wings, but spiritual wings because it's a spirit.
Yeah.
You know, that takes on the form of a horse.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
And they're flying through the city.
But like the demons are standing on the ice because they're coming after.
Oh right, that was a cool
those
scene.
two, and the horse flies up in the air and then comes down and lands on the ice, and then everything, like the ice starts cracking, and like all the demons and the cars like fall underneath the ice.
That was a really cool scene, and that sets up for the final showdown. That was a really cool sequence. Because I thought the horse was gone, and then I know where the horse comes back, and you know that was a really cool sequence, one of the best sequences. Overall, it's a really cool movie. I mean, if you want something, I know it's not getting a lot of good reviews, but in our personal opinion, it's a great movie. It scopes so many different genres, and it's when you think about it, one of my favorite things. It's a very deep movie. It's intellectual. The way it keeps referencing light, you know what I mean. It kept referencing light in the miracle.
Oh, I loved that.
Like
whenever she's sitting there explaining how she sees things,
the stars and the narration.
So beautiful.
Yeah, like it had a lot of cool narration and the concept of the light and the miracle. That's probably my favorite thing about it is the concept. That was really cool. So any last thoughts on that?
I give it a full 10 out of 10. I love the movie. It's definitely one of my favorites of the year so far.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be in my top 10.
Definitely. Okay, well that is our review of the film by the name of Winter's Tale. Once again, thanks for watching the video by Centipede Geek and Ash. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the page below, and we'll see you guys later with more videos.